Accused of shooting and killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson will use a psychiatric defense in his state murder trial. And if his attorneys can prove that, Luigi Mangione's charges could be reduced if he's convicted. Lou Raguse joins us to explain how this works and where the case goes from here, Lou.
Kevin, this legal strategy would not help exonerate Mangione, but it would give him a chance at a moderate prison sentence and a chance of freedom someday, that is, if the jury buys it.
The judge in Luigi Mangione's trial in New York State Court has ruled he will allow several very incriminating pieces of evidence that Mangione killed UnitedHealthcare CEO and Minnesota resident Brian Thompson, and with that, a shift in strategy for Mangione's defense. His lawyers say he plans to admit he was the shooter, but that he was experiencing extreme emotional disturbance when he did it.
Extreme emotional disturbance does not exonerate. It merely mitigates. It drops it down from murder to manslaughter. The significance, however, is a vast gap between the exposure for incarceration.
New York legal expert Terry Connors says if Mangione's team is successful, he would avoid a life sentence.
Murder case, life imprisonment. Manslaughter, up to 25 years.
Unlike an insanity defense, it would not lead to Mangione going to a mental hospital. Connors says the move shifts the burden of proof to the defense, which will have to prove it's more likely than not Mangione was experiencing some sort of stress that caused him to temporarily lose control. The prosecution will likely use Mangione's planning to oppose the defense's characterization of the crime, plus using their own mental health expert to counter Mangione's expert witness.
It definitely puts a different emphasis on the trial. This isn't a question of whether or not who did it, it's why that person did it. And that's a big difference in terms of the proof.
This trial is scheduled for September. Mangione's trial in federal court is scheduled for October. In federal court, he can't make this kind of defense. He could claim insanity, however. If he's convicted in federal court, he faces life in prison.
All right. Thanks, Lou.